So you're ready to start coding. You open a new script, a new file, something.py. You've got a blank screen in front of you. So here's what I'd like you to imagine. I'd like you to imagine you're in a room, medium-sized room with nothing inside. You can imagine it to be blank, all the walls, white ceilings. There's nothing in the room, except there are a few shelves on the wall. And there's one thing on those shelves. There's a small booklet, a red booklet. And that's all we have now. There's also someone in this room. This is Monty. Now I like to think of him as Monty. Why? Because Python is named after Monty Python, right? So my character is called Monty. You can imagine whatever character you like. It's an avatar. You can imagine an elf type figure, a cartoon type figure, a real person. Doesn't matter. You picture it whichever you want. Monty is going to do things for you. So the room you're in is the infrastructure where the program is going to run. Monty is the person who's going to get things done for you. So whenever you write something in your code, for example, here I might write print hello. Monty reads that and says, do I know what print is? Looks around the room, there's nothing in the room, but there's the red booklet. He picks the red booklet, looks inside, yes, print. And we'll see what he really sees in this red book in a few videos time. He knows what print is. He looks, parenthesis means do this command, and then he looks at speech marks hello. He recognizes the speech marks as create a string. So he uses the string hello in the function print. He knows what print is from the red booklet. What if we say print my name and run this? If I run this, Monty says, I had no idea what you're talking about. There's a name error, which means Monty has looked around this room. He's looking for something labeled my name, but there's nothing in the room, right? Except for the red booklet. He looks in the red booklet, there is no such thing as my name. So he says, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know this word, my name. Good. So let us tell him what my name is. And we're going to say my name equals. And whenever there's an equals in our Python script, in our Python program, this is telling Python, okay, go and get a cardboard box. You have a stash of empty cardboard boxes for these purposes. Bring an empty cardboard box. Label it using the word my name. So on the outside of the box, there's a label, and he writes my_name. And inside the box, he puts whatever comes on the right-hand side of the equals. In this case, he recognizes the speech marks, create a string, capital S, lowercase t, phen. So the object, Stephen, which is a string, goes inside the box, but the label on the box says my name. That's the variable name. And therefore, when later on, in this case in line 3, Monty sees this line, print he finds in the red booklet. That's the only place. He looks around, he doesn't find print anywhere else. He looks in the red booklet, it's there. When he gets to my name, Monty looks around the room again. But this time he's going to find a box labeled my name. It's on one of those shelves, right? That's where he puts the box. He brings the box down, he looks at what's inside the box, and he's going to find the string Stephen. So print my name is the same as saying print, open parentheses, speech mark Stephen, close parentheses, because my name is the reference, is a label that points towards, contains the name Stephen. So this is the room. We have the red booklet with all the built-in functions and other built-in constants and the stuff that's out of the box, if you like print, for example. And then we have creating variables or assigning data to variables, such as with an equals. And in our analogy, assigning data to a variable means create an object, in this case a string, put it inside a cardboard box, label it using the variable name, and then put this box on the shelf with the label clearly facing out, so that next time we use that name, my name in this case, my_name, Monty knows what we're referring to. We're not finished yet with the main room. What if I import something? For example, I import random module. Now, in my analogy, there is a library elsewhere in Python City. We'll talk about Python City in a couple of videos time. So whenever you have import random, Monty leaves the room he's in, the room that represents your main program. He goes off and finds this library in downtown, in the city center. And inside the library, he goes and looks where the R is, and he finds a book called Random. He checks it out from the library, he borrows it, and he's got a book named Random, which he takes with him back to the main room he's in, the program room, if you like. And then he puts the book on one of the shelves with the name Random on the spine facing outwards. So that when at some point you would say some number equals random, some number is a variable name. So this means Monty is going to fetch a box, a new empty cardboard box, and label it some number. When he sees random, he knows it's the name of a book. There we go, there's Random. Fetch it from the shelf. But we're going to go further and I'm going to say open this book, and from inside this book find, in this case, a function, for example randint. So inside the random book he's now found randint. That tells him what randint is, and in this particular case he will take two integers. He recognizes those as integers, 1 and 10. Those are the integers he's going to use when he uses randint, and whatever comes back from randint will then be stored in some number. But the focus here is on the module. Import random means go and get a book from this library which has lots of commands inside, and you can see what's inside this book by putting random dot. These are the contents of the book. We've been using random, but there are others, and choice is another great one. So if you want to experiment with random, try to figure out how choice works.